Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
Hello, Rope Drop and Knowledge listeners. My name is Keith, and I hope you can join us here at the Parque Circle Restaurant.
So, yeah, the audio was pretty bad. I didn't, you think iPhones could do anything, and they can't yet. But
They don't
That-
do noise cancellation
I know
unless you have the headphones on. Some of the
that's not an
headphones.
iPhone. So it's if
The
you
Apple AirPods.
if you make someone wear them. Yeah,
But
that was
yes.
Keith, the famous Keith that we talked about, Keith the voice, and
And we didn't think it was that noisy at Carthay Circle, but I guess if you record, everything. and-
yeah, it's not like Johnny. We didn't have like the road set up and
Yeah.
put the lavalier mics on him, but he was nice enough to do a little video for us. We'll post a video. He's cool. He actually served us again, and as you know, that he's the guy that we believe should be in voice acting. So once these strikes are over, someone give him a shot. But we'll talk about our Carthay Circle experience a little bit later. But yeah, this is episode 207, I believe.
Yes.
And yeah, we had a busy weekend. We had a really busy weekend. And before we get started, I guess we still have a few days left on our giveaway, our Magic Crown giveaway.
Yes.
So Moms with Magic Crown, that's the company. And which crown is this one?
Fantasyland.
Yeah, I don't remember the names of each crown. I
Yeah,
just know
this
they
one's
have flowers.
Fantasyland. It's sold out, so if you want a chance to win the sold out crown. I don't think she's restocking it. She's restocking some on this Friday, but I don't think Fantasyland is one of them.
So yeah, this might be your only chance to get one. And yeah, it's awesome. We have a picture of it, and all you have to do is direct message us. You have until Saturday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you direct message us the answer to this question. If you could have any ears/crowns that you would like, any theme, what would it be? Or they be? And you can give us multiple answers. Star Wars, Little Mermaid. I know all these themes have been done before, but you could even make something that's a little more specific. Or if you want something that you haven't seen in a while, you could do it too. There's really no wrong answers. Just Disney themed crowns or ears. What would you want? What would you want to see? And you can direct message us to Facebook, Instagram, or info@ropedroppingknowledge.com. For every medium you use, you get an additional entry. And you must be 18 years older and live in the United States. And we'll be doing the drawing on Sunday. The winner will be drawn at random. All right. And no one got the wallet yet. And we were posting where we were, throughout the day. So we'll be back at the parks, I believe, on the 5th, right?
Yes.
So if you're at the parks or you know somebody who will be at the parks, you guys get another chance at it. Alrighty. So, yeah, we had a 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
And we got, let's see. Well, first, we went to Comic-Con. And Comic-Con is something Comic-Con International. There's little Comic-Cons around the United States, around the world probably, and the little locales. But the big one is always in San Diego every year, down at the convention center, right on the harbor. And first, I did a little video of our hotel room, and I just kind of wanted to talk to people about it because it's something I think, in a weird way, is kind of like the advice that I wish I would have had when I was younger. And it's kind of like giving, when your kids graduate from college or they're in college, you give them credit card advice. This is how you use a credit card, or 401k. Hey, when they get their first job, hey,
Yeah.
you want to make sure you put some away. Because all of us, wish we probably would have put more and paid attention to more financial things when we were, just dumb kids. And one of the things that I want to bring up is stacking credit card points. And I was giving our cousin Arnold a lecture about this when he was in our hotel room. So
Because most people, like he said, most people only think about stacking miles, collecting airline
well, because that's
miles.
what's the biggest thing credit cards are known for.
Oh, okay.
But every credit card has their own thing. And my thing is I don't think people think about it at all. It's because they think about it like a coupon, like, oh, cool. Like, and here's the thing. I used to think of it like this too. It's like, oh, I would spend a certain amount of money, and then all of a sudden you look at your card. Oh, I have enough points for a $25 Amazon gift card, or some they give away gift cards. Some it's airplane miles, and some it's hotel. Some it's just 5% cash back on groceries or something, or like the Chevron. Takes cards, for it's like gas.
Oh,
rewards,
yeah,
the gas
yeah.
rewards.
Rewards cards like Starbucks. And,
Yeah, every credit card has some kind of rewards program,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess what I mean by stacking points is if you could be strategic with it, they're actually worth it. Right now, I don't think that the way most people use them are actually worth it. And the reason I mean is because, like, let's say you have 5 different credit cards and you just spend whatever, Let's say and I'm talking to people who are already financially responsible with credit cards, meaning they pay them off. They don't pay a lot of interest because, you shouldn't be using credit cards to do that. Credit cards are just a convenience thing. You should pay them off as soon as the charge posts. So, because if you pay interest, you're actually not getting a deal, even if you bought something on sale, and you're just paying more money than something's worth anyway. But enough of that. No, but the way most people use it is that they just use whatever card is handy to them, and they're not really thinking about it, and they just pay their bills at the end of the month or whatever, beginning of the month. And the video that I posted is a room. We actually got upgraded, so I believe it was probably like a $1,500 room. The room that we actually got is probably like a $2,000 room. And it's very hard to, when Comic-Con comes into San Diego, I mean, just think of like
There's a lottery.
It's like you have to, whatever city you live in, you have to imagine, like if you live in Boston, like when the Boston Marathon comes into town, like the hotels around there probably can't get one.
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby, Daytona 500, Super Bowl,
Super Bowl, yes.
Things like that. When it's a huge once a year event, and people come from all over the world.
Yeah.
Last year we that was Star Wars Celebration, but we met people from all over the world.
Yeah.
And it's even if there's vendors from all over the world.
Yeah, there's vendors from all over
There's
that need a hotel
cosplayers.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there weren't any strikes, there'd be celebrities from all over the world.
Yeah.
There usually are celebrities, just not this year. So, and the reason I wanted to talk about this is because this is very Disney/Traveler related, because basically we got this room, and this is the 3rd time I think we stayed at the Marquis. The Marquis is the Marriott, this giant, huge, crazy Vegas hotel looking Marriott that is right. It's practically connected to the convention center.
There's Comic-Con stuff going on in there.
And it's actually part of Comic-Con.
Part of Comic-Con, yeah.
You consider if Comic-Con was Disney, the Marriott Marquis would be staying on property.
Yeah.
And it's actually closer to Comic-Con than it's about as close as the Grand California is to DCA.
Well, that's where you go to pick up your badges and stuff too. So
exactly.
it's like
yeah,
it is Comic-Con
yeah,
there.
it's basically it, right? It's basically you're staying at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And so that's how, first of all, I think it's a Category 5. So it's the same as the Cosmopolitan in Vegas and all that. So it's a super nice hotel. But then, again, the room was probably about $2,000, and we got it just on points. We didn't pay anything. Well, we paid for parking, and then there's a $35 resort fee.
Yeah.
But that was it, and we did that by just using points very cleverly, and the reason I'm kind of just going on about this is because a lot of people don't do it, because a lot of people either just have a lot of cards and they're like, well, I got so many cards, and it's like, try to concentrate everything on the card that you actually has rewards that you care about.
Yeah.
If you're a traveler and you care about airplanes, flights,
miles, yeah,
then do that. If you care about hotels, do that. I'm not saying it has to be a hotel thing, but you want to concentrate all in one. So you're using that card and you're getting all the points on that particular card. So those points stack up. Because a lot of people probably have like, I got a $25 Amazon gift card on this card. This card, I can get like 10 cents off gas for the
Yeah.
next how many gallons or whatever. And this card, I get something from some cosmetic company, whatever. Yeah, try to put it all on one card. Then the second thing you do is then if you're married or if you're in a relationship, and you guys share finances, have the same two people or more use the same card. And then because if you're going to buy the things anyway,
Yeah.
then those points are going to stack,
Yeah.
right, with
Yeah.
everyone using it. And then what we did is, like, when Tracy and I first met, like, I had credit cards. She didn't really have credit cards then,
No.
but she did have a Marriott Elite membership,
Yeah.
already. So instead of starting my own Elite thing, I just, I'll
Tacked on to
tack
mine.
on yours,
Yeah.
right? And so anytime we book any hotels, we only use Marriott. We use that in the same way we used credit cards. We only go through Marriott, and then we only use one card. And so then we stack. So it's a double stacking, because what I did is I got at the time it was a Marriott Elite thing, but now it's called Bonvoy
Envoy. That's the rewards program.
for Marriott. And Bonvoy gives you 6 times the points if you use it at a Marriott. So when we go to Disneyland and we stay at a Marriott, instead of just if we use like any other card, American Express or whatever, we get American Express to give us whatever they
It's
want
an
to give us.
American Express card.
It's
that
an American Express
Bonvoy,
card,
yeah.
but like a non-Bonvoy card, like Chase. I probably should use another example. You get whatever they use, but they give us Marriott points.
Yeah.
And if we use that at Marriott, it's 6 times the points.
Yep.
So not only are we getting points from staying there that Marriott gives us for being, members of their program, their loyalty program, we're getting the loyalty program from the card. And since they're the same points, they stack on top of each other.
Yeah, we can maybe save it to go to the Swan and Dolphin in Disney World
Maybe.
instead of pay for a hotel.
So what I'm trying to say is from a hack advice is that, because a lot of people will be like, well, you and Tracy, you guys are like, you don't have kids, you're kind of dinks, you go to Disneyland all the time. It's not really worth it for us. But you can stack these points. You got kids in college. That kid goes to spring break once a year, and he's going to stay in a hotel. Have him use your card.
Yeah.
Make him an authorized user, or you book the card on the card yourself.
Yeah.
And make him a rewards member.
Yep.
Or you don't even have to make him a rewards member. All you have to do is give him your rewards number, and when he checks in or she checks in, you just give it to him at the front desk. When I was
Yeah.
traveling last year for work, I just show up at the front desk, and I gave them the rewards number of the account. They added in, and I got 5 nights. Even though I was staying on my work account, they counted it as stays, and we got the points. So, and even if you if you just do that throughout your whole family, let's say you're a family of 3, family of 4, and every member of your family, maybe dad goes business trips a couple times a year. You just do a staycation once a year. Your kids, cheerleading once a year or twice a year, and your other kid is doing sports once a year. If they start that at like 18, and then you just go, or even in high school, if you're going with them to all these activities, by the time those kids are graduating college, or by the time they're even 30, let's say you reach that, those points don't go away.
Yeah.
And you could probably have a vacation, even if you rarely use hotels. You could have a family vacation probably every 5 years.
Yeah.
like as far as either hotel paid, or if you want to concentrate on a credit card that has airplane miles. I think the Bonvoy is good because you have the credit card and the hotel that matches points, so you're kind of double dipping. And that's how he did it. Since the pandemic. And I'll just give you a total that I just came up with before the podcast. When you think of like Star Wars Celebration, because that was another big event where the hotel prices
right
were
there.
were kind of like $2,000 a room. Comic-Con, and just all the free nights we get, and you get 1 night free a year with just having the card. We've probably gotten $10,000 since the lockdown lifted, in just free stuff from Marriott.
Yeah.
Stays, free stays. So it's worth it. And if you just, even if you don't do a lot of traveling, if you just use it and concentrate on that, then those points just go in the bank and you'll forget about them. And then one day, 5 years down the road, you'll just look it up and think, hey, we don't have to pay for this.
Mhm.
And Marriott is huge. It's
Mhm.
worldwide. They bought
Yeah.
Star Wars. So everything
yeah.
that used to Sheraton belongs to them now.
Westin, Sheraton.
Yeah, everything. So you could go to France, you can go to China, and you're still going to be able to use those points.
Yeah, there's
So.
right next to Alani is a Marriott.
Yeah, and that's why I want to say this: you don't have to, like, a lot of people are like, oh, we could have just tagged, hey, we're staying at the Marriott Marquis, and people are like, oh, it must be nice. It's like, no, we didn't pay anything. You could do that too. You know what I mean? And that's
What-
why I want to share those hacks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What I did have to do is check every day to see if they take points because
Mhm.
it's the hot ticket hotel.
Mhm.
Usually they don't take the points, but you keep checking.
But this is the same principle as checking for Carthay Circle,
yes,
though.
like that.
Like a
Mhm.
lot of people, what happens is, and we went to Carthay Circle again. How do we get into Carthay Circle? That because she checked the night before, and
Yeah.
they release it
I
at
check
midnight.
like every midnight. Or
Yeah, boom.
Odd hours, 1 a.m., midnight.
Yeah, and a lot of people would just assume, well, if it's a huge, crazy hotel in the middle of a big event, they're not going to take points. They do. We already had 2 other hotels that were like a mile away that we booked, and then we just booked them with points since it doesn't cost us anything.
Yeah.
And then as soon as
The
a
same
better
time.
one would open up, we would cancel one.
Yeah.
We'd get a little closer, and then finally the biggest one
ultimate
opened
one
up. The
opened
ultimate one opened up.
Like
boom.
a week before.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Like,
Mhm.
just keep checking. And if you and it didn't, we already had. Technically, we could have stayed at 3 hotels. And people would assume, well, they're not taking points. It's Comic-Con. They do.
Yes.
People cancel and they
The
put it on
ones
thing.
nearby, rarely take it, but you keep checking and then they'll randomly pop up. Because with Comic-Con, it's only the people who live like where we live, which is how many miles away from Comic-Con?
Like 12.
Yeah, 12 miles away. Those are the hotels that are for the lottery.
Yeah. When
And-
Comic-Con is giving you the lottery and you think that
They're
you're going
not
to get.
nearby.
No,
Yeah.
it's still close relatively.
There's
Like
a
if you're
shuttle.
from Arizona
Yeah.
and you come out here, you think it's close.
Yeah.
But we're talking walking distance.
Yeah.
There's walking distance hotels, and I'm just using Comic-Con as an example because that's where we were.
Yeah.
But any big event,
Yeah.
like a Beyonce concert, whatever you want to go, this is how you can kind of like maximize your credit card use that you're already using and your hotel stays, which you're already staying at.
Hmm.
And and if you have kids who are like 10 right now or even younger,
It's good to stay nearby.
you don't want to like do a bunch of Ubering and
Shuttles.
figuring stuff out or
Yeah.
you want to stay nearby. You want to be treated like the VIP rope dropping knowledge listeners that you are. So enough of that almost 20-minute rant.
What did we see at Comic-Con? Oh, we met Patrick Scullin, the artist of our beautiful Disney art.
Yes.
Well,
Well, that was
his
our
wife.
to do thing, right?
Yes, that was our
Can-draw.
to do thing. His wife can draw,
She made a joke like
Yeah.
I can draw, but he draws,
but
I
he draw,
can't draw.
but she can't draw. Yeah. And we usually see a lot of cool cosplayers at Comic-Con.
Yeah, we saw Fat Thor again, the same one that we saw.
The same Fat Thor
Mhm.
as the first year, like
That was
2019.
2019. We also saw
The Dragon Ball Z guy with the.
we saw Johnny Silverhand, which you thought was Winter Soldier. He's
I
from
was like, is that
Cyberpunk.
Winter Soldier?
I mean, we saw pretty much everything. I mean, there's
Yeah.
always like
There's always really cool
people.
cosplayers, and they always have like on Sundays, I think, is their contest or whatever.
A lot of anime stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
and then we got to hang out with our cousin
yeah,
because Arnold was there all 4 days. He just has a bunch of to do things, and so he was there by himself. He went with friends, but mostly, to do his own thing.
Mhm.
And so he needed a break, and we were like, "Come on over. We have a whole living room here."
and Oliver was the one who, and his wife Melody were actually the ones who got us
That art.
that piece of art from Patrick. So,
Mhm.
and we got them a little piece of art,
Mhm.
Mandalorian art,
Mhm.
from him as well. And we should probably we need to add him to our giveaway list because
Mm.
of all the because we're into this new small business thing, and yeah,
Yes.
he's definitely one, and he is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes to Comic-Con every year.
Yeah, he's been going for 12 years.
And he's
He
just
was
like,
at Star Sports.
he was just kind of like
Celebration.
hanging out, talking to us.
Yeah.
We're just joking around. I don't think we posted a picture of him yet, did we?
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
we already did, right? Okay, cool. Yeah. And he's super talented. So
Yes. All his art is very cool. I guess I should show everyone what we got. We got the Peggy Carter art
Mhm.
that he drew. So we'll post some art.
Yeah, I
of
don't
his
know if we
art.
took a picture of the one we gave to Arnold and Melody, but they can post
No,
it.
well, yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, he was cool. You met
Michael Golden.
Fiction.
Oh, we'll talk about him in a second.
Oh, okay.
But just sticking to the theme of artists, Michael Golden again.
Another artist
The-
who does.
We've
Star
talked
Wars.
about him before,
Mhm.
and I have some more art from him. He is like he's done stuff for Marvel. He's worked for Marvel, drawn for Marvel. He's still an official Star Wars artist,
Mhm.
and he is at every Comic-Con and at Star Wars celebrations. He does the rounds as well, and we are going to be giving away some stuff from him too.
Mhm.
And I had some stuff that I brought back at Star Wars Celebration
Mhm.
that I wanted to give away, and he signs it, and I have
He has a certificate
yeah.
of authenticity.
Mm-hmm. Did he give? He's super professional. He knows the game.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's I'm trying to figure out because we got so much stuff from him that I don't know what I want to part with.
Yeah.
But
want it
he's smart
all.
enough. He's one of those cool artists that has the plastic top loaders
Mhm.
that I don't know why our artists don't come with those. They don't have those at their booths. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the smartest thing because he sells them too. It's not like
Yeah.
he gives them away for free,
Yeah.
but it's just something like it protects your what you just bought. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of people probably would walk by an artist booth and say that's cool, but I'm going to be here for another 6 hours. I don't want to carry it
Yes.
around. I don't want to damage it,
Yeah.
and that could be a decision not to buy something.
That's true. Although when you're going to the exhibit hall,
Well,
you're
there's an actual booth at the corner that we noticed that all they sell is the plastic top loader covers.
Oh yeah.
Like that itself is a business.
Yeah.
So why not, if you're an artist, buy your own, just get them on Amazon in bulk
Yeah.
or Alibaba or wherever, and just add it to the price of
Mhm.
hey, we're selling it. Just put your whatever it costs for you to get in
Yeah.
there, and you'll make a little extra profit, even if it's an extra $1 for every purchase. It's worth it. So that's just my advice. I don't know. It's from a business standpoint because there's so many people who don't have them. And just imagine, if you go to someone's booth and you buy something that's $100, like that's something that you want, and you're willing to spend like $100.
Yeah.
But you're walking around a convention full of
With
sweaty people.
well,
and,
yeah, like when we took pictures with Giancarlo,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh man, because everybody had their like binders and everything to
Yeah.
protect it. And I was like, oh well, why didn't I bring that? I don't.
The
You
people-
don't think about it because
And the
we
people
don't
with
frequent.
binders are the people who already know what they're going to buy
Yeah.
typically.
Yeah.
So if they're not, so even if they might not even know you're going to be there. They're going for specific people.
Yeah.
Those are like collectors.
They were on the list or whatever.
But the vast majority of people who go to events like Comic-Con and Star
Mm-hmm.
Wars Celebration are people who just are probably there for their first time. They're not
Yeah.
collectors, and they see something cool,
Yeah.
and most of your foot traffic is going to be those people.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You're talking, and you bought that booth for how many thousands of bucks because of the foot traffic.
Yeah.
Everybody there is a
You
nerd.
should add a top loader
Yeah, something that's
or
going to
those
protect their stuff.
those tube things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I guarantee you, somebody who's willing to spend $100 on something that they think is cool does at the same time, there's an equal compulsion not to carry that
Shoot.
around and get it torn.
Even my sister sells top loaders for the machine you bought her.
Yeah,
She sells top. She's like, I want
Oh.
this, an extra $1.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And her
I don't know
thing's
why
not
I'm
even-
going off on
I know. I know.
on these things, but since you didn't want to do Indiana Jones this week, I got to make up some time.
No, we have a lot to cover. We have.
And you know what? is the best cover, a top loader. And that's what you need. I'm joking, but yes. So we'll be giving away some of his stuff as well. But yes, fiction.
Fiction.
You know what? Let me make sure I get.
His
And it's spelled.
his YouTube, but then his Instagram is different.
Yeah, his Instagram is different, but people need to see him though.
Yes, he is
He
like
is
10 times, not 10 times, but considering he films some of these with just his iPhone,
well, it's his
it's like
friend.
looks way better than Jackie Chan's stunts.
Yeah, yeah. If well, there's at FIKSHUN, the Samurai, so you can see a lot of his shorts if you go there
On YouTube, yeah.
on YouTube. Yeah, and then there's also he was in the world dance stuff. He was the one who was on the Colbert Show like way back when he was 19 years old. And that's why I
He's
put
a
that
dancer.
song. Do your chain hang low. Like he did that.
He did that. He's a good dancer. World of Dance. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
Mm-hmm. He was in the World of Dance finals.
But also he's like a martial arts like stunt coordinator
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, right.
Super good. Super
Way
good.
better than Jackie Chan. I think.
Well,
I mean, considering he's not in a movie and has all these cameras and all the angles, that's still really
yeah,
good.
they'll just be at like a parking garage and they'll
Yeah.
have this super choreographed scene. He's good with samurai swords, katanas, and stuff. He
Yeah.
does all this
It
stuff,
looks
and he
real.
belongs. He has his whole group and stuff, and he's a great dancer. So,
Mm-hmm.
I talked to him. I said, hey, I just wanted to give him encouragement. I said, hey, they need to pick you up quick, for a movie, and he's like, we're working on one. So that made my day. So yeah, so give it out to the brother Fiction, and we'll be seeing a lot more of him. I already posted the picture I took with him. I posted like a little short that you guys could kind of see. But yeah, check him out on YouTube. Check him out on Instagram. Yeah, this guy's amazing. I mean, the stuff that he does is like, it's Jackie Chan stuff, and they film it with but you would never know they film it with an iPhone.
Yeah,
You-
it looks realistic.
I mean, he does like the crazy stunts, like where he disappears and stuff, and it's all practical. It's all,
Yeah.
it's not like editing. It's all like
No editing.
one take,
Yep.
and it's just like super cool. If you like John Wick, if you like martial arts films, like just watch this guy. You'll get your kicks from watching this guy. And he has a whole crew of people that they all have their channels as well. So yeah, it was really cool meeting him. So as far as people I wanted to meet at Comic-Con without any of the giant celebrities there,
Yeah.
I met my celebrities,
Yeah.
So
Well, even if Arnold was telling us that it was actually the panels were more interesting without the celebrities because it's the directors talking, and then also like they show the whole episode of whatever it is the panel he was on, but you hear it from the director, the creator, and that's more interesting than the celebrities. He said. So
and
it
he
was
said,
actually
And then some panels, since the celebrities were scheduled and they didn't show, they just showed like the first two
The first two
episodes of the
episodes.
next season or whatever. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's way better than
Yeah.
just listen to someone go on and on. Oh yeah, I worked with so and so and they were amazing, and and they were amazing. I'm just like, okay,
Yeah, because you want to know about the actual show
Mhm.
or content, right?
yeah.
So
I'd rather get spoilers than somebody just yakking away.
yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And so, unless it's somebody like you're really personally invested in, and I'm not really personally invested in any celebrities, really.
No,
I mean, they're cool. You know what I mean? But I like seeing people like Fiction. I like seeing people like that
the
I know
creators.
that
Yeah.
are going to be that have the talent to see them rise like
Yeah.
throughout their career and follow them from the ground up. I think that's far more interesting because you're kind of like vicariously a part of that story. When you see them. And even artists, you're purchasing small stuff for them, or you're shouting out people's YouTube videos
yeah,
like that. Like I'm more invested in that because, like I feel like I'm taking my time. It's probably only 1/1 billionth of the stuff that they need, but it's like you're getting to support them when they're young instead of seeing like a big blockbuster movie once they become like a Chris Hemsworth or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I don't like those people. I think those people are cool, and if I ran into them, I'd be like, oh man, that's pretty cool. But they really don't have time to like kick back, have a drink with you or whatever. All right. So,
So then we came back on Saturday and we rested a little. And
is that it for Comic Con?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know
I don't know.
because I don't know if you have anything else.
No, just took a lot of pictures. Took a lot of, still a lot of. Man, I'm telling people, man, they're still living or dying by Endgame. Man, there's a lot of Endgame stuff there.
I know. Yeah, you saw the we took a picture in the Marvel area
Hmm.
or Disney. I don't know what area that
So,
was, but there was a Thanos and everything.
Yeah. So a lot of times when these big studios say, "Well, we're not doing Comic Con," like companies like Disney, they have so many subcontractors. So
Yeah.
if somebody's contracted, like when you walk into the back lot and you see like those statues that are like $400 or $500 of
Mhm.
like Marvel characters and stuff, like those people are still there. Even if
Yeah.
Disney says we're not going to be there or
Yeah.
Marvel says we're not going to be there, those type of people are still there, and they might have like life-sized,
Yeah.
stuff. We went, where they had like the real lightsaber replicas,
Yeah.
and some that are used in movies and
Yep.
stuff. So to me,
Hasbro's there.
we
you know.
never went to Hall H. So
Nope.
to me, when a big company says we're not going to be there, it doesn't really affect what we do.
They said they weren't going to be on the panels, but they will have a presence at Comic-Con, which probably means they're going to be in the exhibit hall.
Yeah, but that's not Disney, is what I'm saying. I'm
Oh
saying
yeah.
when a company like Disney or Warner Brothers says we're not going to be, at panels, we're not going to have actors there. We don't go see them. That's not what we go to Comic-Con to do anyway.
Right.
We're never standing in like a line the night before for Hall H.
Yeah,
We're not.
no.
we're not built like that. Like we're.
Maybe if they had a GD Plus or something, we'll pay to
But
be
it-
at the front. But we don't want to see. We don't need to see.
And we don't want to get Johnny upset. So
No, I mean like a whatever.
yeah, if there was a fast, but you would never. Everyone at Comic-Con's a nerd. They would all buy it. So even that would be
Exactly.
sold out.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I guess what I'm saying is that since I've been going to Comic-Con since I was 15, I've never tried to see big
Panels.
celebrity panels. So to me, whether they're there or not doesn't change my experience. As a matter of fact, if more people don't want to show up, like casual people, because they're not there, it makes Comic-Con easier to navigate
Yeah.
because it's less crowded.
Yeah.
It was still crowded, but not nearly as crowded as years past.
Yeah. It was still crowded in the exhibit hall in the sense that there weren't celebrity panels, so everybody's shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So, but yes, when these companies say they're not going to be there, doesn't mean you can't. The best things that you do, the interactive stuff where you take like
Pictures
the
and
green screen
videos. Yeah.
videos and the stuff that we
Those
put
are
some stuff
cool.
up in the past. All that stuff's still going to be there
Yeah.
because all the companies that make money off of Disney IPs, Warner Brother IPs, anime IPs, they're all still going to be there,
Mhm.
and that's actually the fun things to do.
Yeah.
All the free giveaway stuff, people are still going to be there.
Mhm.
So yeah, so it's don't let a celebrity not being there discourage you from checking it out. I think everyone should go who's into kind of that stuff. Should at least check it out once in their life.
Yeah, or at least to see the cosplayers because those are cool.
Yeah, it's free cosplay, and some of these guys like the robots you see outside
Hmm.
or the mechs and stuff are better than stuff that they have at like Universal Studios or Disney.
Yeah.
These people have put in their entire life savings.
Oh, they have
into
the
these-
Haunted Mansion Doom buggy
Oh yeah,
as the
little,
bicycle thing.
the little bicycle chariots. Yeah, yeah, those are pretty cool. Okay, so yes, we came back, chilled on Saturday because that was Friday,
Hmm.
and then we went to Disney on Sunday,
Mhm.
and we were always warning everyone that all the weather was extreme. It was pretty hot and humid, but
Wasn't as bad as we thought.
well because there was cloud cover. It even
yes,
rained a little
it
bit.
was humid but hot, so
Mhm.
there wasn't. At least the sun wasn't beating down on us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we.
It was a pretty cool day as far as like doing stuff. I think that I like staying at Paradise Pier, soon to be Pixar Hotel. I'm just gonna call it Pixar Hotel. Is that the name?
Yeah, Pixar Hotel.
Pixar Hotel.
And the inside lobby was all done.
Yeah.
Not all done, but
well, you
it
took
said
you took a
Pixar.
video. You're
Yeah,
gonna show it.
yeah, I'll post it.
Even the tiles, and I took some pictures of the tiles in the elevator. They had like these little silhouettes of Pixar characters,
Mm-hmm.
and it it's looking pretty nice. I mean, they're still got construction going on and
They
stuff.
still have it, yeah.
But it was pretty nice. The one big thing that I noticed is they fixed the freaking elevators
Oh yeah,
because the elevator algorithm was just it was just stupid.
Mhm.
It's one of those elevators where you hit your floor, and then an elevator comes down, and it's supposed to be like the Anaheim Marriott that does it perfectly.
Yeah.
It there's an
There's no
algorithm.
buttons inside the elevator.
Yeah.
You hit your floor and
Yeah.
it tells you which elevator to go into.
Exactly, which car, and so Anaheim and Marriott does it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, at Paradise Pier, they would still send down like one car at a time. It's like their algorithm was broken.
Yeah.
Another Disney tech problem, right?
Right.
It was just like what, and so you'll end up seeing because everybody would hit it, and then it'll be go to car C, go to car C, go to car C.
Yeah, like a
And there's-
million people being
Yeah,
car
on
seat.
different floors.
Yeah.
And they can only fit probably
Yeah.
7 people in a car.
Yeah.
And it's just like it gets weird. It's like, and God forbid you have some poor person in a wheelchair
Mhm.
or something, and it's like they're waiting out there for like 30 minutes.
Mhm.
That's the only negative knock I've had on Paradise Pier, really.
Is there? And they have 4 cars,
Yeah.
so it's not like it's only one elevator or 2. There's 4, but it works as if there's only one.
But it worked this time.
Yes,
And
they
so-
all worked this time.
So I think they redid
Evenly.
everything. And
Yeah,
so
good.
and they're adding we didn't see them yet, but they're adding elevators to the parking structure.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if any of you stayed there before, but you basically, if you had luggage, the smart thing to do was to like drop it off and then go park. Now you can just park, and even if you park on the top level, at least once it's open, you'll be able to take the elevator down. It doesn't matter,
Yep.
So, and sometimes if everyone was getting there or checking out at once, it would cause kind of like a bottleneck because everybody was trying to like get their luggage out
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
So they fixed that. So yeah, I think it's going to be a lot better. I think it's going to be more expensive, but I think
Yeah.
it's they've worked out a lot of kinks, and they gave them an opportunity for some continuous improvement, which was I think was needed. I don't think any of these things were deal breakers because
Mhm.
it's still really cool, especially when they have the new entrance. It's not new anymore, but
The direct entrance to
the-
DCA.
yeah. But it's a fun hotel to stay at. Everyone's very cool.
Yeah, we got a nice view.
Donnie, I want to give him a shout out. He was the person who checked us in.
Oh, Donnie, that's his name.
Yeah. And I forgot his name when we saw them. But on the way out, he was there, and I made sure to look at his badge. Got some more free Rice Krispie treats.
Oh yeah, we checked in and it was nice. He gave us Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, him and Rex, man, hooking us up. And yeah, it's
And they're softer than the ones inside the park on
Yeah.
the stick. Those ones on the stick inside the park,
Mhm.
dude, those are hard. These are like super soft and good.
gooey. Yeah,
Gooey, yeah.
we got birthday cake flavor and cookies and cream flavor. I think you took pictures of those too. We'll
Yeah,
post
I
those
did.
as well. We went on. Yeah, I don't know what ride we went on. We went on Matterhorn. I remember doing
Yeah,
that
we were at DCA first.
the most
and-
of the time. We went on Matterhorn. The only thing we did at Disneyland was Matterhorn and Thunder Mountain.
Yeah. We ran into Sunny at DCA after we
Yep.
got out of Soaring and he was going in,
Yeah.
starting his shift. And he's like, oh, you already went? Oh, man. So it was like, oh.
I know.
So
Yeah.
he was telling us that he heard that Rogers' last day is August 10th. And we're like, what? I thought it was August 30th or something. He's like, I don't know. That's what I heard, but hopefully they'll extend it. Which is kind of weird because, yeah, when we were listening to Hannah and Elisa learning the magic, Hannah counted it. And she says for the Inspire key holders and Believe or something,
Enchant.
no, for Inspire
Oh,
only, you
Oh,
only
Inspire.
they
yeah.
only
The
get
top
40 chances to see
Mhm.
Rogers.
Right.
For Believe, I think for us, it's only like
36. or
36. And then for Enchant, what did she say? Something like
Something
really
like-
low.
Yeah.
But for Inspire,
And
you
it
get
just
4
keeps
chances.
going down and down.
I mean,
yeah.
not Inspire. Imagine. You get 4 chances. Basically, when we go out August 5th, that's our one shot.
Mhm. If it really closes out at 10, then we got to check again.
Because
but,
they close Sunday and Monday, so we haven't had a chance to
yeah.
see it. But it's kind of weird to hire all these actors and then train them and rehearse and all that for only like 40 days.
It could be. I don't know what. Well, for one thing, it could have been like, I don't want to say budgetary reasons, like they didn't have enough money, but maybe they didn't know if it was going to be a hit.
Mm.
And so it's like a trial balloon kind of thing. We're going to put it out
Mm.
there. Also, I don't know how the strike works. If any of these people are SAG or anything else.
If they were SAG, they'd have to stop. A
Well,
long
see,
time
I
ago.
don't know how the strikes work with contracted people though.
Oh yeah, they said contracted people can continue to work.
So let's say they had them for like 2 months with an option to extend the contract.
Yeah,
Then all the people would be like, well,
they
with
can
the
finish
strike,
up their contract.
yeah, and and then they just probably wouldn't renew
Yes.
until the strike's over,
Yeah.
and that could be. I'm
That
not.
could be
I'm
it,
just
yeah.
guessing. I
Yeah.
don't know, but
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
it has something to do with that,
Yeah,
maybe.
it could be. So because a lot of the performers that they use aren't SAG, you
Mhm.
know, they're just people who and that's how they get
Like
around
theater
union stuff.
people.
Like some of the people that walk around and stuff, they're just regular cast members,
But like musicals are still
that's what
going
I'm,
on.
but
So
and some of them aren't, but I'm thinking for that level of
Mm-hmm.
musical, you need like professionals, not like hobbyists or people who just look good
Yeah.
in the uniform. So
I thought maybe they're in a different union and not SAG or something.
it could be, but I think, well, the thing about SAG is that you have to qualify for SAG. It's not like something that just because you do acting and stuff that you just get in.
Mm.
You have to do certain things. They have a qualifying events to where people want a SAG card because once you are in SAG, once you book, you get like the minimum scale. And also, there's some projects that are kind of union shop to where you can't get a commercial unless you're SAG. So it's kind of like you have to earn your way in, but once you get in, you get the benefits. But then once they strike you, you got to strike with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like this up and down thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now I'm just wondering if we still go see Book of Mormon.
I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. That's why I'm like wondering if that's a different
It could-
union
it could be.
as like theater performers, Broadway and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, yeah. So that's basically our day.
Yeah, we did. I'm trying to think if we did anything new at DCA. Not really.
I tried to look for the Captain Everything dog, but they only have Captain America food on days there are shows.
Mm-hmm. The Rogers the Musical show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but but yes, that was our Comic-Con Disney weekend. Lots of cool stuff. Oh, I did end up buying a shirt. I know I was complaining that I didn't buy that black polo, but then I saw this Disney 100 polo. It's also Nike synthetic, and it's like gray silver look. And I got one of those, and one for someone special. So yeah, I'll be sporting that. You guys can see. I love those shirts. Those
The
things
dry
are so
fits
cool.
and, like,
Yeah,
the
dry.
golf,
Yeah.
the Nike Golf.
Mm-hmm. Their whole collection of Nike stuff is
It's
pretty cool.
cool.
And most of you guys already know that the black Mickey Nike hat.
Yeah, they came out with one with a castle,
Yeah.
and I grabbed it. There's
someone
only two
special.
left. I grabbed them both. I'm sorry to be those people because I don't like those people, but I was those people. I grabbed one for me at first, then you told me to grab one for
Yeah.
the other special person. So really, I wasn't being those
Mm.
people.
Yeah. Those people. No, the people who are bad are the ones who resell it.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
we'll talk about resellers later.
Oh
but,
yes, yeah.
But yeah, that was our weekend. We'll be back August 5th, and yeah. So, little news. What do we got?
I'll save the big one last. But so Magic Key Holders reached a settlement with Disneyland. So remember that lawsuit over lack of park reservations from Dream key holders? So they've reached a settlement, and both will have until August 31st to finalize the terms.
Well, we'll see.
Yep.
I want to see what the terms are going to be.
I know. I wonder if it's private or sometimes they seal it, like it's confidential or whatever.
Usually not for.
Class action.
Yeah, this is going to be public information, I think.
And then, okay, so this is the breaking news from today, was that 3 restaurants in Disneyland will start serving alcohol beginning September 12th.
And
The 3 restaurants are Carnation Cafe, Riverbell Terrace, and Cafe Orleans. So they're basically the 3 restaurants when you try to get a dining reservation that always have availability, besides Wine Country, Trattoria. But these are the 3 restaurants in Disneyland, at least, that you always can see reservations for. So I think it's just a ploy to get more people to go there.
yeah. Yeah, and I think sometimes people just need a break from their family, man. They need a drink.
Well, then go over to DCA. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are upset.
Are they? I see that. I was wondering. I haven't looked yet.
Well,
but
so far, like 3, and 2 of them are Kevin and Christina. Not upset, but they were like, "Oh my God, Walt's turning in his grave," and Kevin's like, "Poor Walt," and
no.
but the person that I thought would be upset is cool with it. So
Well, I don't think it's. I think it's
we'll see what Fresh
a
Bread
traditional
thinks.
traditional thing. Walt said he never wanted alcohol in the
Yeah,
park, but they already.
that's what the people are.
But what did I say when they did that? I said as soon as Olga's Cantina opened up, I said it's a slippery slope.
Right.
And you kept saying no, it's just a different land, and it's just. I'm like, no, that's not how life works.
No, I was saying for the people who were complaining that it's going to be a slippery slope, they're talking as if they're going to get rid of the Haunted Mansion one day, or they'll turn the castle into something else one day.
No, they were talking about alcohol, and you said it's not a slippery slope, and I said yes, it is. Slippery and paved with lime. Yeah,
It's like they're
it's-
saying Walt's vision.
Here's the thing.
Gone and,
I think the things that
you know what they
Walt
should do
was
is put
concerned
alcohol in
with.
Dole Float.
Yeah, they do some places.
They
but,
do. But they
yeah.
need to do it right there in the tiki room, and then I'll go watch.
But see, the thing is that any drink you get at Disneyland that's alcoholic,
Yeah,
you're not going to get drunk. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Walt's thing was he didn't want a bunch of drunken adults around, Fantasyland, puking on kids. And, you know what I mean? That's what he did. But the way it is that if you go to Disneyland, if you go to, first of all, if you're at a restaurant, most of the people at Disneyland are never going to get a sit-down restaurant reservation, period, anyway, whether they want one or not. It's just not part
For
of their
those
day.
3 restaurants, they do. They can.
Not
Not once they start
but
serving
I'm
alcohol.
saying that they weren't. Though.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't. So most people don't. That's not part of their thing. They just eat whatever corn dog they can.
Yeah,
they can get. A sit-down restaurant is usually, for the majority of people, it's not part of their day.
Right.
Now, when you add alcohol to those restaurants, you're still looking at a minority of people, and they're not adding bars to restaurants. They're adding.
Oh,
it's
yes,
like,
that's true.
That's a big difference than saying, "Hey, you can have some wine with your meal."
Yeah.
That's a huge difference. Even a mixed drink with your meal, you're not going to get hammered.
Right.
Unless
Like
you-
we tried the Hurricane at Blue Bayou, right? It's super
Yeah.
sweet.
It's not even if there was
Not even
super hard
anything.
alcohol. It's just not something to where you're not going to spend 2 hours getting hammered at Blue Bayou. It's just not something you do. I don't even know if it's possible.
Yeah, it's
You
not.
know what I mean? So I think what Walt was afraid of can never come to pass
Yeah.
unless they put in an actual bar.
Like Lamplight Lounge or something, right?
They put in
In
Lamplight
Disneyland.
Lounge, yeah, it'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Even
then.
Olga's Cantina, you only get a certain amount of time
yeah,
to be in there.
I think you get. Don't you get like a 2-drink like maximum or something?
I don't know, but they'll kick you out really quick, and the drinks are super expensive. So
Yeah.
the people who are getting drunk are like sheiks and whatever, You
Tim
need to be
and
a
David
billionaire. Yeah.
David So got hammered at Oga's Cantina
Yeah.
because they had that shot.
Yeah. You if you want to go to like downtown Disney, get drunk and come in, that was the breaking point. Is downtown Disney,
Yeah,
because you could go to like Naples and go to the bar and get drunk.
yeah.
Or
Or
Uva
before
bar.
there was the Uva bar. Yeah,
Yeah, and then just walk into the park if security doesn't pick you off before that.
exactly.
And those are the people who are drunk at Disney. It's not people getting drunk in Disneyland.
Yeah,
So, yeah, even at DCA, it's hard to get drunk.
right. Because when you plan on going to the parks, it's not like, oh man, let's go party at the parks. It's more like, all right, I have these to-dos. I'm gonna go to Disneyland and check off some things on my list,
Yeah.
and then I might have a drink while I'm at DCA. It's not like you're planning to go there to
Yeah.
get hammered.
Yeah. Let me put it this way. There's no alcoholic
Club Disney.
that was overjoyed with this news.
Right?
They're still not getting
Yeah.
it. So yeah, I don't think it's going to change anything. You just can have a drink with dinner now. Okay, maybe 2 drinks. If you have 3 drinks, I'd be impressed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how people react to it because some people. Some Disney fans are like Star Wars fans. It's like,
Yeah.
Star Wars fans.
It's
If
not
it
Walt's
wasn't
vision.
if it wasn't Lucas's vision, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Okay.
I'm gonna start watching Fresh Bake and see what he thinks. Not Walt's vision. I'm ruining Walt's vision.
The Dapper Dans are very dour. I don't know. We'll see. I don't. Again, it's not going to be a big deal. Yeah. So we'll talk about the stuff that we have now.
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
We went to Carthay Circle, and we haven't been there in years. Because we always, the last few times we talked about Carthay, we went to the lounge part of Carthay. Not
The last few
restaurant.
times we've been there at the lounge.
The restaurant, the last time we went there was when they were offering dining packages for Paint the Night.
Yeah. And we end up finding a better seating spot than we did. And you never wanted to go. I mean, we've had opportunities to go to the restaurant. You just haven't
because I
wanted
looked
to
at
go.
the menu. Because we like eating like appetizer type food, right?
Yeah.
When you're just sitting there like bar type food, like just appetizer and a
Yeah, the
drink.
last time I went there, I had a
We didn't want a
giant
big
pork
dinner.
chop. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we had so I saw again at midnight reservations the night before, and I was like, oh, let's just try it. And then I looked at the menu. I'm like, oh, we'll just get a bunch of appetizers instead of like dinner or a meal. So that's what we did, and we love their Manhattans.
Yeah, man.
So their Manhattan's really good.
Yeah, if people get hip to Mad Hatters, there could be trouble at Disney. Now that I
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
It's because it's straight up, and that's why they only have them inside restaurants, right?
Yeah.
Like hard liquor.
Yeah.
So
But then again, you're only going to have 2.
yeah.
No.
So we had the warm cheddar Parker House rolls, which were soft and hot, piping hot and delicious.
Now, here's the thing. I love those rolls, but I like them better without the spread.
Oh, you didn't like the spread?
Well, the spread's kind of spicy.
Yeah, it was spicy.
And so I'm not saying that it was good, but it's not like it's not like
It's not like that-
when you go to like a barbecue place and they have that like butter
The
that's
apple
sweet.
butter or
Yeah,
something.
it's not like that.
No,
So it kind of makes this more
garlicky.
garlicky and
It was
spicy.
the Calabrian chili pine nut romesco butter. I'm probably butchering this, but yes. The butter was like spicy.
Yeah.
But I like garlic spread and things like that, so I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was good for people who like a little spice. I just didn't need spice on hot rolls. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if our next dish was also spicy. It was crispy gochujang fried shrimp.
Which is really good.
Yes.
So what do you give the bread?
Oh, I would say the bread is like 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8.
I like soft bread.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd
They
give it
used
an
to
8.
have the cheese rolls, which is different. I thought this was it, but no.
No, but these are
cheese
really good as well.
biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the crispy gochujang fried shrimp.
Which is really good
So
too.
gochujang is Korean chili paste, and it was served with the spicy cucumber salad.
Yeah.
And they were more like prawns.
Yeah, they're big. they're big. So, and I thought they kind of would be. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
But
They should call them prawns to sell it more.
um,
I have a feeling it wasn't a popular one because it's spicy. I know a lot of people don't like spicy.
yeah, the people who like spicy love it,
Yeah.
but the people who don't like it won't eat it at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know how popular it is, but I'm kind of the person who likes spicy, but probably getting older to probably chill on it a little bit.
Right. Especially drinking a Manhattan.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
just
like, I had to
like,
take a Tums afterwards.
Yeah,
Like old people problems.
I'm gonna start being like my mom, like, you know. But it was very tasty. The bread itself probably served 4 people. And then we both ate the bread as 2 people. So I was a little full already by the time I ate the prawns. And so, like, I didn't eat a lot of it. But I think they were good. And I'd probably give them another 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for me. And then finally, we did share a kind of dinner
An
item. An entree. Braised mushroom ravioli.
And I was expecting it to be a little more salty. And so I probably, I could have put salt on it, but I wanted to taste what they had envisioned. I really like the squash with it. I don't typically like squash.
Roasted squash, basil, pine nuts, gold bell pepper.
Yeah. So, but it was really good. And, I typically never get something that's like, has no meat in it.
Yeah.
But I do like mushrooms. And I thought this was pretty tasty. I think I'm going to go straight 8s today. It's a lucky number, 888.
Yeah, I'll give that one an 8. Yeah, like I said, things without meat in it, it's not a roll or a bread. I'm just like, did I really have a meal?
Yeah, but it felt like we did. I think it was,
I
was
think
good.
It was good because for Disneyland, you don't want to be walking out all full and then it's like, okay, well, let's go to the room
This
now.
still, made me full, but I wasn't so full that I had to sleep.
So that was a good meal.
And again, we saw Keith. And for those of you wondering, I asked Keith, I said, hey, can we use your voice and post your video? He's like, do anything you want with it. You have my total permission. It's going to be fine. I'm like, I just don't want to get you in trouble. He's like, nope, you go ahead and do it. And so we made sure to check. So I know we have people that are asking that. So I always do that. I never post anyone who doesn't want to be posted.
Yep.
All righty.
Disney.
I have the first item is Disney rejects Florida governor's attempt to have a lawsuit dismissed.
Yeah. So
Is it that
DeSantis,
Reedy
what they
Creek
want?
one?
Yeah, they wanted to throw it out
Oh.
on, try to get it dismissed. And then Disney wrote this pretty strong response like, he's trying to avoid accountability for what he did, No, we're going to do this because, as I told you guys, at the beginning of this whole Reedy Creek mess, he's going to get stomped by Trump. And again, I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a DeSantis guy, but the dude's a loser. Like he's not like his whole campaign strategy is like this anti-woke agenda. He doesn't have a single policy really that's going to affect there's people who are like excited about him that are probably going to lose their house in the next crash that he has no plan for. But okay, we just
I can see how he doesn't have many supporters.
He doesn't. Yeah, Republicans aren't supporting him. He's kind of just a dopey guy. And it's like
they even say that for him, he needs to chill on his anti-woke whatever
and I don't
agenda.
If he had legitimate policies, it would be one thing. But it's like, again, I'm not. It's not. This is not a Republican critique. It's a DeSantis critique. He thinks he was going to get elected by. There's 2 ways he thought he was going to get elected. One, by pushing Disney around, which was dumb because now the people who are in the Republican Party who are his base, the people who would vote for DeSantis are Republicans who don't like Trump's theatrics. So what he's trying to do is beat Trump at being Trump.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not that good. You don't have his personality. You're short. You're stupid looking, and you're pushed. And your biggest legislative achievement is bullying the biggest employer in your state.
Yeah,
like it's like it's not good, and the people like Trump are going to vote for Trump. Already has that locked.
Yeah.
So all the people who are Republican,
He was trying to win
all the
the
people who are
others.
Republican who aren't Trump supporters, are policy.
That's who he should focus on.
Are fiscal. Some are social conservatives, but they're interested in policy.
Yeah.
You haven't offered a single policy. Other than gay and trans stuff. That's the only stuff that you are good at, and that's not going to save anyone's house.
Right.
That's not going to keep anyone's job. So if you're, I don't know. I mean, he's a stunt coordinator, and basically the only way he could become president is if one, Trump goes to jail or Trump dies. honestly. And I think that's what he's waiting for, which is a very
Weird strategy.
ghoulish type thing.
Yeah.
If Trump goes to jail, I think he could get elected easily. And
But what about all the other people running?
no one? They're running for book deals. They're not even. They don't care. You know, they none of them think they're going to be president.
Like
He's the
Pence
only one
and
who
stuff.
actually thought he could be president. You know, but I think the only reason he's running is because if Trump goes to jail before the election, he could say to the Trump supporters, "My first act as president would be to pardon Donald J. Trump." And then he gets elected. Then he's going to have overwhelming turnout, and that's the only reason he's in the race. But that's that's like such a ghoulish reason to be in the race. It's like, yeah, well, the guy who was kicking my butt died, or the guy who kicked my butt went to prison. that's
Then I'll
the
save
only,
him.
yeah, that's the only thing he could do. But the Disney stuff isn't working. You know, the social stuff isn't working. Anything that he says that he can do as a conservative, Trump actually did as president, and you're not going to beat that. You know, Trump got all the Supreme Court people he wanted there, and you know, and there's not going to be many. They're all pretty young right now, so there's not going to be too many leaving. Yeah, he doesn't really have anything, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I just don't. I don't. The guy just reminds me of that kid in high school who was just a bother. You know, he's just like, dude. You know,
Bother.
it's just like, you know, I don't know. He's just the guy would want to hang out, but you know, your mom was friends with his mom, so you kind of had to let him hang out with you. But it's like, you know, it's like, oh man, I don't know. That's just how he strikes me, you know. But I don't know. Maybe he's a cool guy behind closed doors. You know, I'm sure his wife thinks he's cool. So, but yeah, you picked on the one employer that's probably has no choice but to stay in your state and pay tons of taxes, and that's pretty much it, man. So he just has to break out those voodoo dolls and hope something really bad happens to Trump, and then that's the only way he has a chance. Even his donors are abandoning him. He just fired a third of his staff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was just like Friday.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Well, enough of that. So, Disneyland resort teams have an established process for investigating resold tickets that may be voided where appropriate, according to Disneyland officials.
And this came out of the Oogie Boogie stuff, right?
Yes. This is for investigating solely resold tickets for Oogie Boogie Bash. So, Oogie Boogie tickets, as you know, cannot be resold, non-transferable, but it's been seen on eBay for as high as $750 per person. So I guess scalpers are taking advantage of the whole, you know, IT whatever, you know, that whole thing, and so they are taking advantage of this and reselling them at up to $750.
And a lot of people might be asking, like, well, why does Disney, you know, why are they jumping all over this but not the IT stuff? Because
their IT stuff costs us.
no, I mean, they're going to have to pay money to do this too, but it's just like, it's one of those things where they know when to attack, and it's when somebody's attacking their brand. They don't want scalp tickets. Scalp tickets makes your brand look like real rubbish. It makes it look, you know, I don't want to use the word ghetto, but I'll use it. It's like if I can just like buy it from like some Joe on StubHub or whatever,
$750.
it still makes it look bad. The prices doesn't make you classy. It makes your brand looks just like because your brand is families.
Yeah,
your brand is still families, and you know they don't want like some sleazy guy selling their tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or some website that, you know, with malware and people are going and get it. They want to be able to sell it to people who are actually they invested in to get there.
Yeah, who are actually going. Yeah.
You know? And so, and those people are frustrated, the people who couldn't get tickets. And those are the people they spent marketing dollars on to get.
Yeah, and this is the year that it sold out within 12 hours, like a record. Because before it would be like 2 weeks later, a month later.
Yeah.
I mean, the the shortest amount of time was last year, which is a week later. This is like 12 hours. And it's like they're taking advantage of all the technical hurdles that people had to jump through to get these tickets,
Yeah.
which is why it sold out so fast.
And it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things where, yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's just bad. It's not a good look
Yeah.
for Disney. And
So they are, have an investigation process established. And the sad part is if you bought those tickets, if a family bought those tickets from a reseller, it's your hard-earned money paid for this ticket. When you go scan in, it will be voided if you bought it from eBay or something.
if they could trace down that ticket, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be, ooh, yeah. Just fix it to where, again, you're not going to be able to avoid scalpers 100%, but you could do a lot, And then a lot of people are like, well, why doesn't Disney just invest in a better system or a lottery system or something, And it's just like, the reason they don't is because, again, there's a lot of old people in IT who've been there since, God knows when, and they don't have the skills to upgrade it. And as far as the money to upgrade it, they don't look at it from that point of view because they're not taking losses on the books.
Yeah.
Because it's like a lot of people who complain about, and this is my criticism to Disney guests, and I'll just be honest with you. Supply and demand is a real thing, and if you complain about something that continuously sells out year after year after year, because that's how in any other business, that's how you elevate stuff for change. You go up to your boss and you say, "Hey, we need to make a change here. We need to invest some money in this." And he's like, "Are we losing money?" And you're like, "No." So what's your boss going to do?
Well, that's what I was saying. Why should they invest in it if they sell out every year?
Yeah.
So what?
So, and that's my point. My point is, and that's why I said it last week, is that Disney's biggest problems and biggest positives are the fact that they're not logical. We're not logical, and we know.
But like you
we're
said,
not.
it could affect their brand. If you don't want to be
Long-term.
known for the company that crashes all the time or whatever, you know.
But being a technological part is actually part of their brand. But my point is you don't want to. My advice for Disney is you don't want to get to the point to where your most illogical evangelical fans are sick of you. That you don't want to get there. Like it's going to take you a long time to get there compared to other companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you go to a restaurant and you have bad service, you just say, "Hey, I'm not doing that again."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Disney fans will put up with a lot.
Yeah.
But once they get to a point to where they don't, they're never coming back. But it's going to take a lot. But my advice to Disney is like, even if that took 10 years, why do you even want to get close to that? The reason why you're a mega giant is because, you should reward people for being that fanatical about your products. You shouldn't take them for granted.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But to people who are fans, that's why. Because
you keep buying.
if they keep selling out, it's hard to say there's a problem, from the people who approve money.
Yeah.
Because that's usually who's in charge of companies are the people who approve stuff.
Yeah, they
right?
just look at numbers and reports, and they're like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, some logic seeps in on the Disney side, and they just say, hey, let's not push these people too far.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the last thing real quick is Disneyland Happiest Haunts guided tour is back. These are one of those tours, you walk in Walt's apartment or whatever, Walt's apartment tour, walk in Walt's footsteps, and then now they have the 100 years tour. So this one, they used to have the Happiest Haunted or Happiest Haunts tour and it didn't come back until now. So reservations will be available on August 3rd. It's basically a 2-hour walking tour, history of Halloween and Halloween tales specific to Disney. Expedited access to Pirates, reservation viewing of Halloween Screams, that's the fireworks, photo op with hitchhiking ghosts, Disney's Happiest Haunts guided tour pin, a Halloween treat. The price has not been announced yet, but if it's like all the other tours, it's around $110 to $160.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people like those tours, so hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully it's pretty good. That just reminded me of something else that we didn't talk about when we stayed at Paradise Pier. Is that we got to see World of Color from the
oh,
window.
that's right.
Yeah, and it's like if you thanks again, Donnie, for the heads up. If you turn it on, if you're staying at Paradise Pier, we had the premium view, so we could see both parks from and we were right
Yeah.
above World of Color. We couldn't see the projections, but we could see all the water and the lights.
Yeah, it was as if you stood on that.
It's
that-
better than that,
That
though.
yeah, it's better than even that
Yeah, that
Grand
little-
California balcony or whatever.
Yeah. But if you turn it on your television to channel 17, the music is syncing. It's the music from World of Color,
Yeah,
so it syncs
so
with the
you
water.
can hear the music. I took some videos of that too. that
Yeah,
I'll
it's pretty
post.
cool.
Yeah.
So get the premium view if you stay there. I don't know if you can request. I know you could pay for it. I don't know which rooms have it, but talk to the
And
person.
it's different pricing. You get
Mhm.
the reason why we got it is because the standard view was sold out, so we just got the premium.
Yeah, but I
view.
don't know if all of the just that side of the. Is the premium view just that side of the building, or is
Yeah.
it just a
It's the
certain
view
row?
of DCA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if.
So it has to be a high floor, and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. But and if there were fireworks that night, which there weren't, we would have had a perfect view of the fireworks.
Yeah.
Too. So it is a very nice viewing. But the Channel 17 thing is something I didn't know about.
Yeah.
I think back in the day, I knew that there were some things that at the Disneyland Hotel and stuff that sunk with fireworks. But I've kind of like put that out of mind
Maybe
because
they
I heard
do
it
have
years
the
ago.
same thing at
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah, maybe. But Channel 17, it'll say World of Color and then all the same sounds.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool, and we took some videos. We'll post those this week. All right. So yes, we are already at an hour and 11 minutes. So we do not have time to do our Indiana Jones breakdown this week. Well, technically, we're going to be doing another podcast
Episode.
Sunday.
Yes.
And we thought it would be better to like kind of put that in there since we had so much to talk about this time.
Mm-hmm.
So that we're still having the same giveaway.
Yep.
We just haven't announced the actual date yet, but it will be connected to our Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny breakdown review. And we'll be doing that Sunday. I think we have that scheduled for. And that's it for this week. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.